It's just all pain. I don't even want to do this anymore. I'm hurt. Hey everyone, it's Hayley. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a very exciting video. This is a reading vlog for this book, Sky Beyond the Storm, which is the last book in the Ember and the Ashes series by Sabota. I just want to tell you how the vlog is going to go. So the reading vlog is going to be completely spoiler free. I decided to do a little discussion at the end of the video, so that's what you're going to see after I finish the book, after I'm crying. You know, if you just want to stay for the crying then just watch the vlog part, you won't get spoiled. And then at the end, I'm going to do a spoiler free little book talk for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to go into a few spoilers and just talk about like my favorite parts, my favorite quotes. Don't worry, I swear on my everything, I am not going to spoil you accidentally or at all. I will pop up a spoiler warning. I promise I won't spoil you, so you don't have to worry about spoilers if you haven't read the book. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was a very emotional journey for me. You will see that as you continue watching, but yeah, enjoy the vlog and enjoy my tears, and I'll see you at the end of the video for my discussion. Let's get into the video. It's finally here. Guys, I'm gonna start this tonight and I'm not gonna be able to finish it because I have freaking class tomorrow. I see it. Oh my god, you guys, it's so it is so pretty in person. Like, I've seen pictures online and it doesn't look this beautiful, but look at it. It's like luminescent. It's like glowing. Is that just me? No, it's glowing. Okay, I'm gonna I don't even know what to do with myself. I should probably go read. Okay. You guys truly, you don't understand the pain that I'm in right now. It is the teasing, the slow burn, the rise of action, the I don't even know what the fuck is gonna happen next. Even though I did skip ahead a little bit because I just wanted to see. I didn't spoil myself for any big things. It's too much. Like, it's too much. I did not expect unkindness. Aww. I've been reading for an hour and I'm only on page 16. My mouth really hurts and this is very hard for me. This is absolutely not for me. I can't take this anymore. I have to turn the camera off. You guys, this is the moment I have been waiting for. Okay, I'm like halfway through. I don't know why my eyes are watering, like kind of weird. This is a moment that I have been waiting for. No comment. I just had to film this because it's a lot. Like, there's a lot going on right now. Like, this book is giving me what I want. Like, it is just serving everything for me. Like, I love it here. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go. Sabota here is so good at writing. She's just so good. I'm so frustrated. Okay, I just had to say that. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a little montage for you guys, then I'm gonna go. You guys, I am having heart palpitations right now. There's a moment in this book that it's like a repeat of something that happened in Reaper, but it's like coming full circle. I'm not okay. Before you ask, no, I'm not okay. But like, I just had to document this moment. I'm gonna go cry in a corner by myself. Why I feel like I'm having deja vu right now? What the fuck, dog? Oh my god. Saba needs to chill. Like, I just need to like personally tell her to relax, because first of all, this is just not fair. That scene was so sad. I know I'm laughing, but like it's really sad. Actually, I don't know what chapter I'm on. I'm gonna like go back and check because I can't read these Roman numerals. I just finished chapter 44. That's all I have to say. So I'm 343 pages in. You know what? I am unhappy because Sabota here is pulling out all the stops. And I'm unhappy because none of my characters are happy. And I don't understand. Like, why is it hard? It's so hard. She gets us there and then she just yanks it away from us. I'm so sick of this. It's like I'm happy and then I'm sad. And then I'm happy, sad. Happy, sad. Happiness is like a split second and then sad for like 300 pages. I'm sick of this. I'm going to bed. I guess I'll finish it tomorrow. I have less than 200 pages to go. I have, if I calculate it, I have what, like 100? 168 more pages. I'm gonna finish tomorrow. I'm upset. Like, this book is really good. And it's exactly what I was hoping for and what I wanted. But it's just too much. I am devastated. So I'm gonna go to bed. Me going to bed emo. Nothing new. Same old shit. Oh my god. I just realized that whole time I wasn't recording. This keeps happening to me. Okay, what was I saying? Okay, I just had class and I'm reading this scene that's very emotional for me. And I don't want to film myself reading it, but I'm going to. Whatever. You guys are gonna just watch me. I won't even have any emotions on my face probably, but it's like every 5 seconds I'm like I can't even say what's going on because I don't want to give spoilers. I don't understand why like all of her books is just all pain. Like, where's the happiness? I am in distress. Oh my god, I don't even want to do this anymore. But I have to make this vlog. Like, okay, goodbye. I just realized I only have one earring on because I took the other one off and I didn't put it back. I'm a mess. Okay, this is too much. Okay, so I mean, this isn't rare for me, but I just had a moment of great stupidity and I was like, how does Harper have silver eyebrows when his hair is black? He's a mask. He's literally wearing a mask. It took me a very long time, but I finally figured it out. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I'm a very dumb person, but like, we know this. I love how I say this in all of my videos, literally every single one of them. Oh my god, can this be my brand? Being an idiot? No, I'm actually gonna go now. I'm literally on the same page. It's been 5 minutes and I am on the same page. At this point, I don't even know how this book is gonna end. Like, I'm thinking about certain characters and I'm like, it wouldn't make sense for them to die. Like, just physically, logically, emotionally, spiritually, it wouldn't make sense. So I'm like, okay. Do you hear that? Oh my god, I just realized my air purifier is on. Can you guys even hear me? It just wouldn't make sense for them to die. So I don't think they're gonna die. But at the same time, I'm like, I feel like they're not gonna have a happy ending. But I feel like Sabota here is going to give us a generally happy ending. But I'm like, how is everything going to be satisfied? Because I'm just not sure. Like, I don't know how she's going to pull this off. I know she will. I literally have no idea. I'm so tempted to skip forward and to see what happens because I need this relief in my soul. But I'm not allowing myself to do it. So I mean, maybe in the next clip you will see that I have spoiled myself, but like, I'm hoping that is not the case, but we'll see. Listen, I know every time I open the camera, I am in the same position, same clothes, same face, same everything. But I am here to tell you right now that I can't read this book anymore. I can't do it. It's too much. And I haven't even gotten to the part. I swear to God. I swear to God. I don't even know what to say right now. When I tell you this is the most unacceptable thing I've ever read in my life. Like, first of all, I predicted this exact moment. I knew it was gonna happen the second they were saying these words to each other. And I was like, you can't say that out loud like you were manifesting it. This is so unfair. I'm so upset. I cannot move on past this chapter. I have like 50 pages left to read, and I don't think I can do it the way I'm like trying not to cry right now. Oh my god, I hate it here. I hate it here. Oh, yeah. You guys, I'm not joking, like this is the only place I have to pee so bad, but I have to finish this book. I'm almost done. I look like a crackhead. All around me are familiar faces, worn out. Oh my god, I need tissues. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. I hate it here. I have to go. Okay, so I finished. I don't even know what to say right now. Like, I'm just gonna go take a shower and I'm gonna go relax. I can't even do this right now. You know what? Sabota here may have the mind of a mastermind, but I'm mad at her. I'm very upset. That was like a beautiful, perfect ending. It was literally everything that I wanted in this book, but like I'm so mad, you know? Like I can still be, I'm hurt. I have literally not been this upset by a book since Kingdom of Ash. I need to go. I don't even know what to say right now. It's been like 2 hours. I'm so upset. Oh my god, no, it's been like 3 hours. I was like, you know what? Everything's fine. It's fine. And then I went to Sabota here's Instagram and I like watched her stories, and then I got sad again. It's just like a different kind of pain. Because with Kingdom of Ash, just like I'm sad that it's over, and with Ember, it's like, yeah, I'm sad that it's over, but also something happened that is like so unfair, and I'm like really upset about that. It's like such a bittersweet ending. It's like I want to be happy for the happy things, but then it's like so hard because there were so many sad things that happened, and it's like it is impossible to feel happiness right now. I still need to study for my math test, and I want to take it tonight, but it's already midnight. I took it last time at 1 a.m. and it was fine. Me is crying. But my math test. Darcy, can you help me? Because I literally can't breathe because like my nose is so stuffed up. Like my allergies got me fucked up. Like I'm gonna go to bed and I'm literally not gonna be able to breathe out of my nose. I hate it here. Darcy, say goodnight to the vlog. Oh, and by the way, I'm supposed to read The Burning God after this. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. That's not gonna happen, right? Oh my god, why is your face so crusty? Good night. I have to go. Did you eat a pie? Like, oh my god, she smells like pie. Gonna go cry some more. Bye. Okay, so it is December 5th. It has been 3 days since I finished the book, and I finally feel stable enough. I finally feel stable enough to talk about this book. Honestly, okay, you know how like a couple days ago I was like crying, like I was literally just crying for a lot. It was a lot of tears. Sometimes I still get a little emotional when I think about this book, but for the most part, it's not like that dramatic. Like my ass was like crying in the shower. Because no, listen, I can make it sound less crazy because basically I always listen to music in the shower. I was playing a lot of sad music, so I was like crying, and I felt better about it because I was like, oh, the water is on my face, like maybe I'm not really I was crying. I was crying a lot. Guys, I'm telling you, when I finish series, it's so ridiculous how upset I get. I cannot handle finishing series. I love that feeling of accomplishment, but it is quickly overtaken by the feeling of, oh my god, what the fuck do I read now? What am I gonna do? Because I can't read these characters ever again. I'm not gonna be in this world ever again, and it is so devastating to me. But the thing is, for Sky, when I finished it, it wasn't even any of that. I didn't even process that the series was over. I was just still thinking about the fate of certain characters, and I was like, what the fuck did I just read? Like, that was the saddest, worst thing I've ever read in my life. But at the same time, I was like, this is the best conclusion to a series I think I've ever read in my life. Like, honestly, okay, that's my leading point here. A Sky Beyond the Storm is the best conclusion to a series I think that I have ever read, ever, because it is perfect. It is amazing. I can't imagine another way that Sabota could have ended this series. I think that what she did is phenomenal and it's just such a perfect series. All of the books are amazing. This book is my favorite book in the series. I think they all like kind of get better as you go along, but at the same time I'm not sure if that's true, because now I'm kind of liking Ember more than I like Torch, which is weird because Torch for the longest time I would say is like one of my favorite YA fantasy books of all time. But then I read Reaper and I was like, fuck, I love Reaper. And I read Ember and I was like, fuck, I love Ember. And then I read this and I'm like, wait, okay, let's talk about Sky. This is going to be the non-spoilery section, so you're completely safe. No spoilers about this little discussion, my thoughts about this book, how I feel about it. I will give a spoiler warning for when I go into spoilers for the rest of this discussion. I don't feel like crying, so I'm gonna try not to cry. No promises though. You would think I have no tears left to cry considering how much I cried while I was reading the book and then right after I finished it, but sometimes it just sneaks up on me. Sometimes I just be laying in bed and I just think about a certain scene and I'm like, wow. Thank you for that, Saba. Thank you. I don't even know what to say about this book, like without spoilers. Like, all I can say is it's perfect, it's amazing, it's beautiful, it's phenomenal, and I love it. Like, what else is there to say? I really don't know. I saw someone in their review say, oh my god, here come the tears. Let me get my tissue box. We're gonna keep this as classy as possible, okay? I saw someone in their review say that it was a perfectly bittersweet ending. Those weren't the exact words they used, but they said bittersweet, and I was like, yes, bittersweet is the perfect word to use for this ending, because I mean, this book is about war. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of suffering, there's some triumph, but there are a lot of losses. The stakes are super, super high in this book. The thing with Saba is that she doesn't lie to you. She's like, you guys are gonna be hurt and she hurt us. She's very honest about that. And you know how a lot of like YA authors, or just a lot of YA books in general, will be like, oh, the stakes are super high, like what we're doing is really dangerous. Well, okay, with Saba's books, she's very honest about the stakes and how high they are. Like in Ember and Torch, but mostly Ember, when everyone's like, oh, the Commandant is horrible, she is evil, she is the worst person alive, like you will not survive being a slave to her. I mean, it was very true. Like, we saw that. Saba pulled out all the stops with the torture and just the suffering. When she says the stakes are high and things are dangerous, she is being 110% honest, and she will show you every little bit of suffering just so that you understand. And so that is very evident in this book. It was really hard because I went into this book, I was like, okay, I think Saba's gonna give us a happy ending, but like probably some people are gonna die. There's gonna be a lot of suffering, but I think ultimately things will be okay. I don't think that she would write something that would just leave us completely like, what the hell? Like, what's up with this? Like, guys, when I tell you it was a perfect ending, it was a perfect ending. And even though there were some things that I really wish didn't happen because it was so painful, I could not imagine it ending any other way. Like, I think it made so much sense, everything that happened. And I love how all of the characters really just had so much transformation throughout the series. I can't. It's just such a satisfying conclusion. And you guys know I love to feel pain when I read. Like, that's how I know that I'm fully attached to the characters in the story, is when I am suffering along with them. And I definitely felt that with this series, specifically this book. Saba is an amazing writer, and I have to say, she writes slow burn romance so well. So well. I have not felt this way about romance in terms of like just there being so much yearning and me getting frustrated because they won't just get together. Like, I haven't felt that in so long, and I love that feeling. I love that feeling of frustration, but also like yearning along with the characters. It's so good. It's so satisfying to read. Saba is just an incredible writer. I really don't know what I can say without spoiling stuff. But I just want to finish off the non-spoilery part with I really love this book. It could honestly be one of my favorite reads of 2020. This book was one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and it was everything that I could have hoped for. And honestly, I think it ended exactly how I thought it was going to end. So I love that for me. I'm going to go into the spoilers now. First, I'm going to talk about scenes that I love, scenes that made me cry, in case you're wondering in the vlog, like what I was crying about. And then also specific quotes that I love. I think that we can agree that there are some gems in this book. I just want to say that I didn't predict anything that happened. I had a few theories. I was like, as I was reading the book, they kind of changed. But I think my biggest theory that came true, actually the only theory I had that came true, was that Laya's mom was not actually dead. Because, you know, at the end of Reaper, she was like, go without me. And I was like, first of all, Laya, you can't assume that this woman's gonna die. Like, she has survived a lot. She has survived the commandant. I think she can survive anything now. So when she came back in Sky and she was alive and well, I was like, well, obviously, like, she's a baddie. Of course she survived. I was not expecting her to become soul catcher for Elias. I'm also not surprised. Well, I think it's because I thought it was going to be Helene. In my head, when I was having that thought, it didn't logically make sense. I was like, oh, Helene's like probably not allowed to have a happy ending, so she'll probably become soul catcher. But she didn't really have that happy of an ending. Like, it was, but it wasn't. Another thing I thought was that I knew that Elias and Laya were gonna be fine. 100%, I was like, there's no way Sabah is not gonna give them their happy ending. I was not nervous for them at all, because I was like, they've been suffering throughout this entire series. Like, they're 100% gonna have a happy ending. But I just knew, I was like, they're gonna be fine. I really wasn't nervous about them. I know a lot of people were nervous about them, and I was like, honey, I'm nervous about Helene and Harper, because they, to me, are the ones that are expendable. Like, I was like, I know a lot of people also don't like them. Well, a lot of people do like them, but I feel like most people that I follow on Twitter don't like Helene. And I think that she is a character that a lot of people are conflicted about. Personally, I think that she is very well written. I think her and Elias are like two of the most complex characters that I've ever read. Helene specifically, because there's just so much shit going on with that woman. And so I was like, she's probably gonna suffer a lot. But I also think that a lot of people assumed she was gonna die. And I was like, she probably won't, because I feel like that's too obvious. But then I was like, okay, Harper's probably gonna die. But then when I was reading, I was like, there's no way she's gonna kill Harper, because Helene has lost literally everyone. Like, she's not gonna lose him too. You guys, when Livia died, that scene was so sad. I think that was when I knew that like no one and nothing in this book was safe. Because that scene, I didn't get overly emotional. Like, I wasn't really crying when I read it, but just thinking about how heavy it was, like this woman literally dying while like looking up at her infant son, it was fucking brutal. And then also thinking about how Helene has already lost all the rest of her family. And then she's watching her sister die, and she's like holding the future of their empire in her arms. It was a lot. And then right after that, literally in the next chapter, Laya and Darren meet up, and Laya was like, oh, Darren is the only family I have left now. He's the only blood I have left in this world. I was like, that's just a slap in the face, because Helene just lost the last of her blood, if you don't want to count Zacharias, I don't know. Then we have Laya over here talking about she only has this one little family left, and then he died too. I was like, oh my God, like reading the scene where Laya was like screaming for him, and then just thinking about how everything in this book literally started because of Darren, and like Laya going out to save him, and then it ends with him dying. I don't even know how to wrap my head around that. It just goes to show that life is not fucking fair. You could do everything right. You could do everything that you possibly need to do to succeed and to like save your loved one, and in the end, you still might not be successful. In the end, they might still die. The system will still fuck you over. It really came full circle there. I was like, wow, okay, I hate it here. Just thinking about how far they've come. Ugh. And then he died. Oh my God. I want to talk about the slow burn romance. So I really believe that when it comes to romance, specifically in fantasy books, that less is more, because I love to see the yearning, and I love to see the tension, and I love to just get so frustrated when the characters just won't get together. Like, I love that feeling. And Sabah wrote that so well. So one of the scenes I want to talk about is the one with the mango, because it was so good. It was when she was squeezing that mango juice into her mouth, and Elias was like, I was like, peak incredibleness. Sabah points to you. Sabah has like 1,000 points at this point. We don't even need to give her anymore, but like that was an amazing scene. I love that scene. Just Elias and Elias's relationship in general was incredible. Elias literally could not control himself around Laya because he was so in love with her. I love that. Like they're honestly so sweet. They have like incredible romance. Their love for each other survived over these 2 years through everything that they've been through, and they were still fighting for each other despite everything. So iconic. And I love their little happy ending. I'm so happy for them. I love that they got to be happy. Oh my god, also, so obviously my favorite quote for them is the one at the very end when Elias proposes to her. I wish I could live 1,000 lives so I could fall in love with you 1,000 times. But if all we get is this one and I share it with you, then I will never want for anything. I just love so much that they had their happy ending. It was very bittersweet for me, obviously, because I love Helene and Harper. I love like all of the main characters in this book. So I was super attached to Helene and Harper, and I freaking love the way that their relationship slowly developed because, you know, slow burn is like my favorite thing in the world. So I really love that for them. And I knew when I finished Reaper, I was like, okay, they're probably not gonna have a happy ending because I feel like that would be a bit corny. I don't know. But at the same time, I was really hoping that Helene could find some peace because I was like, if Harper dies, that's really unfair. I was like genuinely trying to rationalize it in my head. I was like, there's no way she's gonna kill Harper because that is like repetitive at this point. Like Helene has never had anyone in her life that she loved that has not died. So I was like, Harper's gonna live. But in my head, I was like, that doesn't seem right. And then when he died, I was like, okay, yeah. No, when he died, I was crying. In my last video, not my last video, but the video where I talk about things I hate in books, I was like, I hate the resurrection trope. I would rather have my favorite character die and be in pain than have them come back to life and like be happy, because I just feel like it's so cheap and it just ruins whatever sacrifice they made. When I tell you I was hoping and praying for this resurrection trope to come in handy after Harper died, you guys, I was out here like, he's not dead. I was in denial for a full 20-30 pages straight. I was like, he's not dead. It wasn't until they said that it was the next day and they said that his body was still there that I was like, oh, he's really dead. Because Helene kept saying, oh, I'm gonna sing him back, and I was like, well, fucking hurry, we don't have time. But she never did, so I was like, he's dead. And also in my head I was like, Sabota here has killed quite a few characters and she has never once brought any of them back to life, so I don't think he's coming back. I was like, I don't know why it would be any different for him, but in my head I was still thinking he's coming back. He never came back. He is dead. But it does randomly pop into my head because I'm like, oh, Sky was such a great ending. Elias and Laya are so happy. Helene, and then I'm like, oh, he's dead. So that was a very hard scene for me to read because, you know, I really love their relationship. Even though I knew in my head that they probably were not gonna end up together, not gonna end up happy, it still devastated me. I love that trope of like two characters that have like, that are like super hard on the outside, never show their emotions, but then when they're together and they're with their love interest, they're like soft. And it's just those fleeting moments of vulnerability and just being soft. Like I eat that shit up, you guys, and it was slow burn and it was perfect. I fell in love with their relationship. Like I was here for it. I was invested. I knew that it wasn't gonna end well in the end, and it still hurt me a lot. I still really loved it, and I honestly don't think that it could have ended any other way. Like I think it was perfect. And oh, this is one of my favorite parts in the book. I can't do this, you guys. I was very happy for Elias and Laya, obviously, but I was very devastated for Helene, so bittersweet. I look into his face and see, oh my god, I don't think I'm gonna physically be able to read this out loud. I look into his face and seek, I do not know, an answer, a reason for all that has happened, some meaning. Oh my god, I have to restart. I look into his face and seek, I do not know, an answer, a reason for all that has happened, some meaning. But sometimes there is no reason. Sometimes you kill and you hate killing. But you are a soldier through and through, so you keep killing. Your friends die, your lovers die, and what you have at the end of your life is not the surety that you did it for some grand reason, but the hard knowledge that something was taken from you and you also gave it away. And you know you will carry that weight with you always, for it is a regret that only death can relieve. I just love that because I think there's always an expectation, specifically for really dramatic fantasy books. There's always an expectation for like why a character dies or why a character does whatever they do. It's because usually when a character dies, it's like some big sacrifice or some grand thing. And Harper, I guess you could say, yes, he did sacrifice himself for Helene because he saved her life, but at the same time, he is just another casualty in a war. Like, that is what it is. Like, that just happens sometimes. There is no reason or like answer as to why he died. He just died. Like, that's just the way it is. I just think that it was written so well, but I know some people get upset when characters die and they want like an actual reason, and for this, it's just they were fighting in a war and he died. Like, people die in war, like, it happens. And I love that somebody here was honest about the stakes. Like, it would have been unrealistic if everyone came out unscathed. There had to be some big changes, there had to be some big casualties. But then also I love the way that she wrote Helene grieving afterwards, because it was the exact same way that I was grieving. I was like, wait, I feel you on a spiritual level, because right when Harper got stabbed, she was like, no, it's just a flesh wound, I can fix it. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, he's not gonna die. She was in denial for a lot of the time, and so was I. And when he died, she was like, up, and I was like, up. And then at the end, when she was saying how she was like reliving that moment where he died and reliving the battle in her head over and over again, because she was like wishing that she had done something differently, or like trying to think of things that she could have done that would have not ended with him dying. I was like, me too. That is like such a human thing to do, to ruminate and to think back on situations that have already happened that you have no control over, that you can't change because it's in the past. And I love that Sabah included that, because it is such a natural human thing to do, to think about what you would have done differently if you could go back and change things. And I think that that is a huge part of the series, because there are so many moments in this book that are like the crux moments, like the big moments that are really the turning point and that just changed everything for these characters. Especially like in the beginning of Ember, like when Laya was thinking if she hadn't run, if she had actually helped Darren, like that guilt when she ran, when he was getting taken by the marshals, plagued her for like the entirety of Ember and Torch. And like, there's just so much internal conflict that these characters have. And I just love how Sabah brings in the most natural reaction for these characters. Like, she makes them so human. She makes them feel so real. Right after I finished this book, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to read anything for a long time. People were commenting on my November wrap up and they were like, oh, I'm so excited to see what you read in December. And I'm like, honey, I don't think I'm gonna read anything because Sky killed me. But actually now I feel like I could read anything. Will I feel anything? Probably no. I'll still be numb. You know, I'll be emotionally numb because Sky has damaged me so severely. Oh, I forgot to add in a little note, but I just want to say that all of the characters in this series had amazing development. Like, I want to say specifically Laya and Helene. Chef's kiss. They are incredible and I love them. Amazing. I'm so proud of Laya. She has been through so much and she still came out on top. Wait, I forgot to mention something. You know how the I always think her name is Commandant, it's Commandant. Who cares? Honestly, fuck her. But anyway, you know how Karis put the K on Laya's chest and then at the end she was like, it's K for Kahani. Is that how you say it? Kahani? Kahani? It's K for Kahani. She's, you know what I'm talking about. I was so happy for her. I just love this book so much. The ending was perfect. That is the only word that I can use to describe it. Obviously the book is not like perfect, but I just want to say it is because it is. But it isn't, but it is. There were so many storylines that she needed to tie up and she did it perfectly. Damn. This woman has talent. I said Sabota here has the mind of a mastermind. I feel like I didn't really talk about Elias that much. I just feel like Elias is great. Elias got what he deserved. Oh my god, he loves Elias so much. He's so sweet. He's so good. Like, he's such a good guy. Every time when he was like, I am Soul Catcher, call me Soul Catcher, I was like, Elias, you are Elias. And then at the end he's like, yes, I am Elias. And I was like, yes, you are. Why aren't more men like Elias? He's so great. Everyone in this book is great. I love this book. If you haven't read the Ember series, you really need to do it. You're honestly missing out on so much. Like, I don't know what you're doing, so please go read it. So that is the end of my reading vlog for A Sky Beyond the Storm. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought about the book down below. Remember to like this video and comment and subscribe, and I will see you all next time with another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.